Hello and welcome back to LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, and right now I'm just getting destroyed by these guys because we left off on a bit of a battle last time. But we can finally finish this level, and actually this is a good way to see which is the longest level, because I never actually timed myself, but I always had suspicions on which was the longest level, so we can finally see that today. Or, well, not today, but by the end of this series. Anyways, so welcome back. Did I say that already? I hope I did. So let's just beat up these guys real quick, and we got something to build. Awesome. I actually haven't mentioned the multi-build system, but it's really cool, guys. Like, it is a definite improvement because it really makes it feel like it was always, for a game that was all about, you know, infinite possibilities, you know, infinite combinations, whatever like that. You never actually had infinite combinations. You could always just build one thing, whatever they chose for you to build. So with the multi-build system, it gives that freedom, but not too much to make it feel kind of like LEGO Worlds, which is something I want to talk about today. Because, man, LEGO Worlds is really cool. They just had an update, in case you didn't know. But it's really cool because it's added structure to that game, you know? And it's completely changed. I played it before it was actually out. I played it on early access. But it is just, it's like a totally different game, and it's a totally different experience. And it's 10 times better than I liked it, and I really did like it before, you know? So, it's just a huge improvement, and I'm really glad that, that I got it beforehand, because I got it for like 15 bucks, when now it's like 60. So that was a good deal for getting it on early access, and I don't see why you wouldn't get a game on early access. I suppose I kind of understand, like, you don't want to spend your money on a game that you might not actually enjoy, but I'm one of the people that do pre-orders, you know. I pre-order every game that I'm really excited for without a question about it, you know. I just do them, but lately people have been talking about why you really shouldn't do pre-orders, because a game could just not turn out at all. They could be, like, not advertising it to the true of what the game is. And whereas I do see that, it's, to me, the experience of pre-ordering a game is just, like, if you go the next day and you go get it, you just wait for reviews to come in. Like, sure, you're still getting it really, really soon. Sorry about that. Twitter's notifying my phone. Sure, you still get it really soon, but it's not the same to me, you know? I was talking a bit in the last video about how how getting a game earlier before it's actually, like, late and midnight releases and stuff. I was talking about that yesterday in the last video, so you can go back and watch that if you want to see more of my views on that. But to me, I always pre-order games, so when it comes to early access, and it's a game that I actually want, then, like, to me, it's a no-brainer. I get this game for a lot cheaper, and I get to play it a lot earlier, even though, like before the game would even come out, and especially with games, most of the early access games seems like they're going to come out digital anyways, and with at least LEGO Worlds, that's probably not going to have, like, it would have a 9 o'clock release, but when it comes to months and months earlier, and you're still going to get that experience. You're still going to wait for that update that changes so much about it. You know, it's just, to me, I don't see why I wouldn't get a game in early access. But, you know, I'm just, like I said, I'm one of the people that, like, if I'm excited for a game, I'll get the pre-order for it, you know. And plus, pre-order bonuses, I really enjoy, you know, having something that, like, after this event, and if you didn't pre-order it, or you didn't pre-order it at this point, let's go surfing, shall we? Then you're not going to ever be able to, you know, get this thing. And it's usually not something big, it's just like a cosmetic or something like that. But that's a really cool thing to me about pre-orders, you know? Because, like, it kind of, like, when you, like, for example, Destiny, you get a special, ship if you pre-ordered it. And, like, to me, whenever I see that ship, I'm like, oh, that's so cool, I wish I had that. I wish I had pre-ordered this game. I don't know why I'm saying it, like, pre-order. I wish I had pre-ordered this game, and I always pre-order them to get those exclusives. I'll take like a chart and I'll look at all of them and like have like a pro con list about which one I want to get it, you know, where I want to pre-order. Often I get it from I pre-order for blah blah. I can't say pre-order. Often I pre-order from GameStop because it seems like, just to me, I always like their pre-order exclusives better. But sometimes, I know Best Buy sometimes has some really cool ones. But I love the excitement. You know, the before game excitement is just, like, amazing to me. I've had games before where, like, they weren't exactly as good as I was hoping they would be. But in my mind, I remember them so fondly, not just due to their gameplay, but due to the just excitement around that game, you know? And in a way, it kind of blinds me to if that game's good, you know? It is like how hyped was I when I was getting ready to get this game, you know? Like, that's because, and I don't think that's a bad thing, like, necessarily. Like, if you can enjoy a game even though you aren't enjoying it for the actual game, if you're still enjoying that game, then what's the problem, you know? Just because, like, for example, if you went to see a movie, and that movie you had just, like, the perfect audience seeing it with you, and that's why you love that movie so much, like, okay, you still love the movie, you know? Like, it's not that, like, it's not a bad thing that you love the movie just for that, you know? But I have heard people that are like, yeah, but then you're being unfair, and you're not actually, like, listening to the movie, and you shouldn't like it. But I'm like, what's the problem with liking something, you know? Like, there are games out there that, you know, not a lot of people do enjoy, but I enjoy, and I have no idea what I'm doing, in case you couldn't tell. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. I was looking for, like, a Switch or something. Yeah. So, anyways, what was I talking about? Completely forgot my train of thought. Sorry, guys. Maybe I'll remember it later in the video, but, until then, we're falling off a cliff. Okay, that's intense. But, yeah, I completely forgot my train of thought. But that happens to me a lot when I'm recording, you know? There are some things that they just, like, always happen to me when I'm recording. Like, halfway through the video, I find myself with nothing left to talk about, and then I panic because I have nothing left to talk about, and then I just start talking about the game and only the game. And you might notice that sometimes, you know? Like, when just, like, in my mind, what's going through my mind right then is like, oh shoot, I have nothing to talk about. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Will I have to re-record this entire video with more topics? You know, because I gotta say, guys, like, I will say that I'm gonna, like, come up with a bunch of good topics to talk about in this next video, and then I'll be sitting there, like, I'll have the recording software open, and I'll just be like, yeah, I'll wing it. But every day, I think, I'm just gonna come up with a bunch of topics, and then I don't, and sometimes even when I do come up with the topics, I just don't listen to them. I'm like, nah, I know what I'm doing. I'm just going to ignore those topics. Oh, speaking of things to talk about, and talking, well, I recently got the Audible version of the Kingdom Keepers because I think I mentioned yesterday that I was trying to read them all. Well, I got the Audible version so I could read them while I, you know, do stuff. So this is much more fun, but I turned up the speed, and it's kind of weird because, like, I have it going on 1.5 speed, right? So it's a bit sped up. And at the start, I was like, whoa, what is he saying? But now I hear it as clearly as normal. And when I go back to the normal speed, I actually, like, it's so frustrating to me. Like, talk faster. What's going on? This can't be the normal speed. When in reality it is. It just feels so much slower. You know, it's just, I adapted that, like, faster pace. And I wonder if you could get to the point of, like, understanding, like, a 2 times, you know, speed kind of thing. Like, at a certain point, like, what point in the speed, in, like, a time lapse, for example, at what point does it get to the point where you can't understand the person? Like, on my time lapse in the Fallout 4 video, you couldn't understand me, you know, when I was saying things. What point does that cross over, or is it just so gradual that you couldn't notice it? And if it is gradual, then if you keep practicing, wouldn't you be able to understand the person, you know? Like, that's what interests me, like, I often, like, when there's something happening, like, when you're sick, for example, okay, where's the point in the night between being good and being sick? What was the point that you crossed over into truly being sick? Like, I can't get out of bed sick, you know? Where was that point, you know? Like, that's what would interest me, but you never know. You're not going to just stay up every night to see, you know? So how would you ever be able to know? You couldn't. You would have to get extremely lucky on when you decide to stay up, you know, in order to actually tell it. How? Like, oh, right, that's a multi-build? I don't want to die. Not like this. Not like this. BB-8, save me. I'm stuck. BB-8, I'm definitely stuck. Okay, there we go. I'll just slide back up there. Let's head back up there, shall we? Okay, so this was a multi-build. I've got to break it then and get this build going on. Yeah, that was how. I was like, wait, isn't there something else that I'm supposed to be able to break? Huh. Maybe there's a third one? Anything's possible. Yeah, there it is. Now this I can activate as Ray if I do the whole staff in the whole thing. Okay, there we go. So now that's going to pull this, completely forgetting the name TIE Fighter out. And then it will fall off, BB-8 can get up there, and we can continue our adventures in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. Because we're kind of stuck in this room right now, guys. Oh, sorry about that. My my mouth is super dry today. Isn't that just, like, really bad? Like, or, like, you're in bed, but then, like, you can't get to sleep because, okay, I have this happen to me a lot, where I'll be in bed, and then I will really, really want, have, like, a toenail, right? And it's, like, really bothering me. But then I'll just try to pick it off instead of going getting the clippers, even though the clippers would take a lot less time and I would be getting, you know, more sleep probably. But I really don't want to get up. But completely unlogical, right? You would be getting more sleep and you get to go to sleep faster if you just clipped it, right? Well, my brain does not think like that. I'm pretty sure I have like 4 different brains. Some of them are just used for different parts, you know, for different parts in the day. And some of them are they're really stupid. I gotta be honest. Like, when I'm sleepy, I'm not thinking straight at all. It's kind of a problem. It really is. I wonder if everyone's like that. BB-8's beeping right now. I figured there would be subtitles, but no, so, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool.
Classified, really? Me too. Big secret. Nima outpost is that way. Stay off Kelvin Ridge. Keep away from the sinking fields in the north. You'll drown in the sand. Don't follow me. Town is that way. In the morning you go. You're welcome.
Well, that's homie. You know? Okay, here's a question for you guys. The question of the day. Did I already give a question of the day? Here's a question of the day for the second time, or maybe the first time, depends. I'm gonna ask it either way, though, and you know I will. Okay, so do you guys sleep? How do you guys, like, sleep? Like, what I mean by that might come across as pretty creepy. What I mean by that is, like, I am very, like, a close together. Like, I like to be as compact as I possibly can. That's just how I get to sleep. Makes me feel more comfortable, right? But I know that you could sleep, like, really far out. Like, you take up as much bed space as you possibly can. But to me, I try that. It's just not comfortable. You know, it's not comfortable at all. But also, like, just, like, the darkness or tightness of a room, that makes me feel, like, much more comfortable. Like, when it's, like, dark out. Oh, sorry, you guys probably lost me there for a second. Like, when it's, like, dark in my room and I'm under a blanket, like, super, like, close together, that's, like, pretty comfortable, right? Because, like, I'm not taking up a huge space, right? And it's as compact, I guess, as I possibly can, right? That's comfortable to me. But I'm wondering if everyone's like that. I don't know. I love this bit, right? I love it when the build just comes together. It's kind of awesome. Like, it's just like how it builds, like, straight up. And you could theoretically follow those builds as instructions to build it on your own, but it might be kind of difficult because you'd have to get that exact same loading screen and just keep rewatching it. I guess you could record it and then keep watching it that way, but it moves so fast, it might be kind of difficult to do. Okay, let's just cross this. Oh, it's quicksand.
Sinking sand. We'll have to use a speeder to get over it.
That seems safe. Okay, oh, we got the vehicles tab, guys. That's so cool. There are a lot of cool vehicles in this game, I must say. Like, like this one, you might think, okay, that's pretty cool, but there are a lot of cool ones, like the Starkiller base. You can ride that. It's like a super miniature version, right? Because they'll just shrink these weird things and make them a vehicle, like the Death Star. You can ride the Death Star. That's pretty cool, right? I don't know. It's pretty awesome. This game, one of the many reasons I love this game so much, and one of the many reasons that I have, you know, played it a lot, even when I finished the story.
I'd show you what I mean by riffraff, but I don't have a mirror with me. Oh, and if you think you can get past the force field, I'd love to see you try.
Yeah, I'm gonna get past the force field, bud. I mean, I hate to disappoint you, and that is it looks like a pretty secure force field. It really does. But I'm gonna have to shatter your dreams and get past it. Like, I really hate to do this to you, but I don't. So, you know. If I can get my bounce right. There we go. There we go. That was difficult. Oh, no, I changed my mind. Yeah, you don't get to do that. Sorry, friend. It's time that your force field goes away. Okay, now we need BB-8. Come in here, do this puzzle. It's nice that, you know, all of these things just have, like, screens built in. That's pretty cool. I wish, like, trash can got a screen, you know? Everything has a screen. Everything's a screen if you believe it to be. Okay, so now what exactly? I don't think, yep, that's just gonna go up there. And then we can throw that up there, build this thing again, and then I can jump across it right onto that pole. Cool. Alright, that's nifty. Little handy trick. I love throwing that. I love that you can throw the staff. You know, but also, I can't believe I've forgotten, I haven't said this yet. One of the coolest things in any Lego game came from Lego Marvel Avengers. And if you don't know, play as Quicksilver, hold down X and target something. Because it will be amazing if you do that. Amazingly cool. Just try that and then your mind will probably be blown. So if you have Lego Marvel's Avengers, I would definitely recommend, if you haven't done that already, going and checking it out. Because it is, like, it's one of a kind and it's so cool. It was actually, honestly, like, my favorite thing. Like, when I found it first, I did that forever, you know? It was just so cool. I just ran around the city, you know, just targeting random things. Because if you don't know and you don't care about going back there and playing it, he slows down time and you can see him in slowed down time running across different things getting there. It's amazing. Anyways, after crashing back down to the planet Jakku and fearing Poe's gone, Finn sets off across the arid desert in search for a civilization. Sometime later, Ray and BB-8 arrive at Nema Outpost to sell scavenged components, not knowing that BB-8 is valued far more highly than by the sinister forces, both inside and outside the settlement. Anyways, it probably doesn't sound as cool as I made it sound, as I made it out to be, but it is really cool. Also, I can't believe I haven't mentioned it yet. Do you guys like my new logo? I made that. It took me a few hours to make. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna redo the picture though, because like you can't really see the logo too well. But at the time of this uploading, that might be fixed. So go check it out. It's pretty cool. It should be on my Twitter too. Link to that in the description. And soon I will be back to Twitter, and I will be back to I will be at Facebook, because I'm gonna start on like all of the different social medias actually. So that should be pretty fun. After we get past this cutscene though, I think it'll sadly be time to end off this episode.
Last week they were a half-full schneek.
What about the droid?
What about him?
I'll pay for him. 60 portions.
Actually, the droids are not for sale. Come on.
Follow the girl and get that droid.
The jacket. This droid says you stole it. Where'd you get it? It belongs to his master.
Belonged to Poe Dameron, right? He was captured by the First Order. I helped him escape, and our ship crashed. Poe didn't make it.
So you're with the Resistance?
Obviously. Yes, I am. With the Resistance, yeah. I am with the Resistance.
BB-8 says he's on a secret mission. He has to get back to your base.
Apparently he has a map that leads to Luke Skywalker, and everyone's after it. Come on!
Okay then, so we will do that in the next episode. So, like if you liked it, subscribe for more content that you will hopefully like. In the top left corner is the Fallout 4 series, you can get caught up on that. In the top right corner is the Random Tuesday series, and in the middle is my logo. But I will see you in the next one.